Hi, these comments are for DH, and Happy New Year to you. And I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. So in your situation, you have a current score of 95. And by the way, thank you for giving me your subtotals. This really gives me a lot of important information. You got 29 on the reading, 23 in the listening, 23 in the speaking, and 20 points on the writing. You say, my main concern is writing. Please help. Is there nothing only for writing? Yes, of course there is. Remember that. When you become one of my students, by making your subscription payment, you will have complete unlimited access to all 700 of my vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, reading, listening, writing, and speaking lessons. So you got everything that you need there. I have 40 independent speaking practice tests that you can start practicing today. I have 40 integrated writing practice tests. And in my opinion, I think I can help you in both the speaking and the writing areas, right? The listening, you can improve on your own. I do have a good listening section on my course, but I will start giving you feedback as you complete speaking and writing practice tests. Now, I want to be clear, your monthly payment does not cover error correction of your writing practice tests. Because as you can imagine, to error correct one essay can take me up to 1 hour for one student. So I cannot offer that for the monthly payment. I do have an additional service. It's a one-time payment. So what some students will do, and especially in your situation, I recommend that you have me error correct one of your independent writing practice tests, have me error correct one of your integrated writing practice tests, just 2, that's probably enough. You'll make a payment of about $100. It's $50 for each essay, and that's in addition to the $38 payment you're paying every month. But why would you do this? If I error correct one of your independent writing practice tests, I can give you feedback. For example, what are your main issues right now? Do you have more grammatical issues? Do you have vocabulary issues? Is it mostly organization? Is it using supporting detail? What exactly is the issue you're having, and what kinds of lessons do you need to study at my course in order to improve your writing? So it could be, and I'm guessing right now that most likely you're having a lot of grammatical issues, I would say, and that's bringing your score down. But if it's grammar, what is it with your grammar? Are you having problems with run-ons, comma splices? Are you having problems with fragments, parallel structure, subject-verb agreement? Are you using a kind of a simplistic writing style? That's what I will do for that $50 payment. I will diagnose exactly what your writing problems are and what you can do to solve those problems. So that's why you should, I think, you can really benefit from the writing part of my course. And it's very likely, DH, that the writing language use issues you're having, they're also translating into your speaking issues. You're probably having some grammatical, some word choice issues with your speaking. You're probably also having some delivery issues, which means pronunciation. And what you can do here is, once you become one of my students, at no extra cost, your monthly payment covers all of this, I will start giving you audio comments on the speaking practice test that you submit, and you and I together will start getting more familiar with the kinds of speaking issues that you have. So what is our goal here? My goal here for you is to help you try to get closer to 25 to 26, I think, on the speaking. I think that's a good goal there. For writing, your writing score is so low, I'd like to try to get you in the same, try to get you between 25 and 26 points on the writing. So if we can at least do that, I mean, that's going to make a big difference in your score. Now the question is, okay, if we do this, how long is it going to take? So to go from 95 to 105, you're looking at 10 points, but remember that your score already is pretty high. So to go 10 points, you're probably looking at a minimum of 2 months, maybe 3 months, I think, especially given the fact that your writing is so low right now. So it just depends on how quickly you can solve the writing issues that you have, and then that'll determine how quickly you can improve your score. All right, so let me give you some suggestions of some things right now I think are going to have a big impact. So we don't need to worry too much on the writing, right? But I do recommend right now that you practice listening. You listen to different kinds of things maybe for about 45 minutes every day. I think this is important. As you're doing your listening practice, make sure you get in the habit of note-taking. Note-taking is very, very important for both the speaking and the writing areas of the TOEFL exam, but also for the reading and the listening. Now, for your listening practice, if you have English TV, I recommend news, history, documentary, and especially science programs. This will be very good practice, and we'll also try to help you maybe get the listening score up about 2 points. That would be a great goal also. So as you do your note-taking, I want you to focus on the main and the most important supporting points of the listening passages that you're practicing. Then using your notes, I want you to write 3 250-word summaries each week. This is important. You need to get more used to writing in English about other people's ideas, and because you need more practice with the listening, I think you should focus on writing about the main and the most important supporting points in the listening passages that you're practicing. Now, in addition to doing writing practice, I want you to give 3 oral summaries each week. Each will make them 60 seconds. So give 3 60-second oral summaries each week. I think that's going to be good. Now, if you can just do these things on your own, and what I'm saying here, DH, this has nothing to do with my online course. It has nothing to do with any TOEFL book at all. You're choosing listening passages, you're taking down notes, and you're writing and speaking about those things. Trust me, though, if you can do this every day, maybe not, I'm not saying write 3 summaries every day, but let's do these things on a weekly basis here. But if you can start doing these things, it will help you improve both your speaking and your writing. Now remember that I don't need to grade what you're doing here. I don't need to grade the speaking. You will be submitting some things for me, and I will be evaluating your speaking and writing practice system. Think of it this way. There are really no online TOEFL courses that allow you to post up to 30 speaking and 30 writing practice sets each month and get feedback from a TOEFL IBT speaking specialist and a TOEFL IBT writing specialist. In most cases, the feedback will be from me. I try to keep my course very effective. I don't try to hire on too many people. I don't advertise at all. I'm surprised you even found me. I don't really advertise that much because I don't need to. I already work full-time at the university. I don't need to make $1 million with my online course. My goal, really, is to help a small handful of students each year reach their TOEFL goals. And you have now come into my world, so you are now part of my goal. This is what I want to do. Now keep in mind right now that as you do your practice, I'm going to say each day set aside time, and 60% of your time you're doing steps 1 through 4. Now 40% of your time you're focusing on, I would say, start with the speaking section and also the writing section. I would do both of those. What you want to do is to join my TOEFL IBT Voxipop discussion group. Once you become one of my students, you'll see where to go to join that and start posting speaking. What you need to do is you need to start posting speaking practice tests on a day-to-day basis. See, a lot of online courses, they don't work like I do. They want you to go through all these templates and blah, blah, blah and do all this stuff. I don't do that. You need to start posting speaking practice tests, and then I will listen to what you're saying, and after 4 or 5 of these practice tests, I will become more familiar with what delivery, language use, and topic development issues you're having. You see what I'm saying? And then I can better help you. I have to hear you speak. I have to hear you do an integrated speaking task. I have to hear you do an independent speaking practice test. Right? And then at the same time as you're doing your speaking, you can also start with the writing section of my course. Go through the writing lessons, and remember that most likely you can't just focus in the writing part of my course, and based on the practice test scores you're getting, you'll probably need to do some study in the vocabulary and the grammar parts of my course also. Right? Now I want you to consider, you don't have to do this, remember, your monthly payment entitles you to post a writing practice test each day. You get a score from me about 24 hours later. Right? So you can do that at no extra cost. However, if you want me to error correct your essays, which is very timely, it's very time consuming, it does cost some extra money on that. So if you don't want to worry about that right now, don't worry about it. Just join my course, start doing speaking and writing practice tests, and let's see what happens. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for your comments on my website, and all the best to your high-scoring speaking and writing success.